Did you know that my cousin, not close cousin, but far off cousin, whom I met, was part of the mafia? It's so funny when I think about it today. I mean, I seriously, this is not a fabricated or conjured up story. I know some of you are like, man, your stories are so like, exaggerated. It's more like watching a movie. Listen, if you think my story is fake, think it's a movie, think it's a WWE match, and just chumma listen to it, kill time, just kill time, just enjoy it. But if you do believe what I'm sharing with you is true, stay up to the end, because not because I want you to watch the whole video and I'll get views. No, the moral of the story will make sense to you towards the end, and I hope I can narrate this in a very genuine, sincere, and clear manner. If you do see me looking at the screen, it is because I've changed a few details, because I have not been in touch with him for years. I mean, like, I'm 49 years old. When I met him, I was 20 or 21. So 49 minus 20 is 29 years. So nearly 30 years. So yeah, there are some details which were hazy. So I wrote it down. I changed a few things. So if in case any one of you know who I'm talking about, some of you know me from very many years, please don't mention his name or identity. Just, I prefer it to be that way. But having said that, uh, listen to this at 1.5x speed when you're driving, or when you're doing something. It's meant to be relaxing. Okay, think of it as a Netflix Netflix movie. Man, I can make movies out of my life stories. Okay, so let's see if I know where to start. We will start at yeah. Okay. Um, this was after I finished school. Okay. Remember, this is me at 20 years old. I finished school. I was completely lost. I didn't know what to do next. I went to one college, did it for 1 month. I was like, this is bullshit. Went to another college. When you go to college, you're expecting to learn something that is worthwhile. And because I was into self improvement books, I used to compare what they teach in college versus these books by Tony Robbins and other, and I was like, this is bullshit. Like they were regurgitating what you studied in the ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th of commerce, because I was taking Bachelor of Commerce. I tried to complete the education, I could not. So tried one college, dropped out, second college, dropped out. Finally, my parents and my stepfather, they were fed up, and they were like, listen, you went to one college, you didn't complete. You went to another college, you didn't complete. Like just 1 2 months. What the hell you want to do next? So I suggested I'm open to going to India. Actually, I was looking for freedom. I wanted to get away from my parents. Abusive family. So my mother thought that Mangalore, because she's Mangalorean, there is this college in Mangalore, Saint Aloysius. My old people who from Saint Aloysius, they would know what I'm saying. Saint Aloysius College in Mangalore, very famous, very well reputed. People from Bangalore, Delhi, Madras, all those places, they would come at Saint Aloysius. It's a landmark college, very respected. So I was like, okay, I'll go to that college. For me, it was like, get the fuck away from family. I can do whatever the hell I want. It's a holiday. So I was very happy. And so my parents decided, okay, fine, it'll be cheaper. We'll send him there. Okay, okay. So they're happy. I'm happy. They thought, okay, good. We'll get rid of this guy. And I was like, oh, I'll get rid of the parents. Went to Mangalore. The basic stuff. It's a massive, huge college. So much to walk around, and yeah, Indian colleges you have to walk up the hill and such a long distance and all that. Went, the registration, the donation you have to pay under the table. Okay, this is for donation, and all that bullshit nonsense. I don't want to take names because these are very well-known, famous people. Okay, so then was the waiting period, because you paid the donation, got the seat. Because I was a total failure, I would never get on merit. I would get only NRI quota. Okay, these are NRIs. They have money. Just pay them a little bit. Okay, you'll get a seat. Okay, so I had to wait, I think, 1 2 months before the college would open. Uh, and then, I was staying in this place in Mangalore. It's called Damaskatte. Okay, long name, Mangalore, Damaskatte. This was my father's mother's house, like the family home, my stepfather's. So I used to stay there. And once the college started, okay, went to college. Uh, Initially, it was, I was an NRI. And I thought it was a holiday. For me, it was a holiday. I used to wear colorful shirts, flowery shirts. I had earrings. I had hair. Imagine me, hair, no tattoos. I used to wear Bermudas. They call it Bermudas. Actually, it's the shorts, like beach wear. And I used to wear those Nike shoes, which are oversized. So it looked like a clown. It looked like a clown if I were to look at it today. I thought I was very cool, but I looked like a clown. And I had to put a bright sunglasses. I don't know if they were original also. And yes, those days there was something called a Walkman. I had the Sony waterproof, shockproof yellow. It's like very heavy, and you have to put a tape deck, a tape cassette. You can Google search what that is. So I was to put with a bright yellow and like the Apple, the Apple wires were white. This one was like the headset was yellow, okay, thin, and the speakers used to go this way, and yellow kind of wire that would go into the Sony that Walkman, and I'd put so. I was a spectacle. When I would walk, people would be like, "What is this? Who's this cartoon? Like what the hell is this? Is this a cybernetic organism?" So remember, these are people from the village who are studying there, or they are like they have not seen, they have not gone abroad. They are very much Mangalorean, and some of them, if I remember, they were from Coorg. There's a place called Coorg. There's a place called like Mangaloreans, the local boys. So and they were Malayalis. Lots of Malayalis were also there. They used to study there, and the college is here. Next to that was ladies, girls hostel for girls who were studying Manipal. I think Manipal, it was, they were studying to become a doctor or a nurse. So they were girls exclusively and they were boys. So a lot of boys and girls, yeah, they wanted to look at each other, stare at each other. And guys used to wear their lungi. They used to wear their lungi. And you can just Google search, check South Indian movies, how they would wear a check shirt and show a little bit of the hair up here, like a traditional South Indian dark face, beard, and they would comb and look like, a cool guy who will climb, take his buffaloes and go up the coconut tree. So they looked very traditional, and they would wear the trousers, which are very simple because they didn't come from very rich families. Okay, so the Mangaloreans were one group, the Coorg were another, then Malayali guys were one group, and they would wear their lungi and hairy legs would show, and so they would stand there. And the girls, when they would pass by, they would stand and look at them, and so it was a very the typical college life. Okay, you can see olden Hindi movies, and they would have the like Akshay Kumar and the wavy hair like George Michael Bam. They would have the 80s hairstyle. So and there was all these people who blended in, and here was me, the cartoon from Dubai, the NRI guy. Even though I didn't have tattoos, I would still be this weird ass. Like when I would walk, everyone would stop talking and turn their head and what the fuck is people would look at me, and I was aware people were looking at me. I just felt very cool about it. Like I didn't have any friends, I didn't have anyone, and the girls found me very amusing. They're like, "What is this?" Like they found me kind of like funny, cute, like Bozo the clown. But because I was very polite with them, see the Malayali guys and the Mangalorean guys would stand like this, like macho. But I would go to them, I would say, "Good morning, good evening, good afternoon." So they found it very cute that, okay, this guy, he looks funny. He's like an Indian foreigner, but he's very polite. And they say, "Hi, how are you?" And so the other guys used to get very irritated, the Malayalis and Mangaloreans, because they are standing there, to showcase their muscles and all that. And here these girls are saying hello to me. They were fuming. They wanted to bash me up because it was like, instead of them getting attention, I would get. In fact, whenever I would talk to them, "Hi, how are you?" and all that, these guys would actually, like, if I'm standing here and the girls are here and we're talking, they would go near the wall and they would urinate, okay, just to irritate me. But for me, I gave a damn, and these girls would look the other side and they would talk to me and they would say, "Okay, bye, you take care." So I was pretty chill pill. But these guys, I was making them pissed off. The Coorgs, the Mangaloreans, the Keralites, and I don't know who else. Okay, so they were groups and gangs. And little did I know that by irritating them, I was only making them more and more angry with me. I might make a separate video of arm wrestling days and bodybuilding and all the nonsense, which I've never shared. I don't know why I never shared my so-called college days, because I dropped out. I was only there for fun. Yeah, so coming back to this one, and yeah, let me know in the comments below, do you want to know about my college days or scandals that used to take place? And there was a guy who even committed suicide, who was like almost like my roommate. I can tell you about it. Okay, so what happened was, I was pissing these guys off. Why? I'm not part of their group. Little did I know that I was pissing them off. I thought I didn't care a damn. And what irritated them was, when they were trying to get attention from the girls, I was getting it easily. And obviously, they wouldn't talk to the girls. Even if they would talk, the girls would just, But I would, like, I didn't have any inhibitions. I was saying, good morning, good evening, all the pleasantries. So that anger started to build up. And then once, like, college did start, you have the juniors and the seniors, first year, second year, third year. I didn't know there was a hierarchy. I has to talk to anyone, whether first year, second year, third year. I has to talk to all the girls, all the guys. So people didn't like it because I was not following protocol, which was you're supposed to look up to the seniors and all that. I didn't know all this shit. And nobody could touch me. Why? At that time was because the principal, I don't want to take his name, he's very well known, very well known. My mother somehow managed to convince him to become my local guardian. Local guardian means when your parents are not there, someone will take care of your nonsense, whatever. Little did that poor principal know that I was going to be his biggest headache and controversy ever. Okay. So when when the whole college found out that this weird ass, Punky Brewster, you can Google search, Punky Brewster was an 80s TV show. This really weird looking yellow neon flowery Bermuda wearing guy is, as it is, I stood out like, like just imagine, normal people and someone dressed up in pink and green and neon and all that walking, you'll be like, what the hell is this? Happy-go-lucky guy, because I didn't have any groups. And then on top of that, he is the principal's, principal is local guardian, so nobody could beat me or hit me. Okay. So, I was left in my own world. Okay. But people were waiting for a chance to, like, literally give me. And I'll tell you, I was warned by people, by some well-wishers who, were not enamored by my stupidity, that don't go out in the night alone. You'll get into trouble. Okay. So I was like, why? She said, just don't go out. So I was like, okay, I don't need to go out in the night. I'll be, in the hostel. And the most feared man in the hostel, that's another story, which I will share. It is unbelievable. The most feared man, feared warden, I became his pet. That's another story which will shock you. The late Lawrence, Father Lawrence Castellino. I will forever remember him. He died, unfortunately. Okay. So trust me, that is a story you'd love to hear. It's more like a Hollywood movie, how he got to like me. The most feared guy, the guy who everyone, the entire college would keep silent when he would walk. He was that feared. Okay. I became his favorite pet, the weirdest guy. Another story. Okay. So what happened was, everyone's waiting to hit me. Everyone's waiting to beat me up. But nobody can touch me because daytime, I have the principal who is my local guardian. So nobody can touch me daytime. Nighttime, in the hostel, nobody can touch me because the most feared man likes me. Okay. So everyone was like waiting. And, anger builds up. And if you're a college youngster, testosterone is high, your blood is boiling. So they were doing their thing. I was doing my thing until my birthday came. That is 29th of January. And I didn't know at that time there was something called ragging. Okay, ragging on your birthday. In Dubai, UAE, ragging, it was not ragging, it was called birthday bumps. On your birthday, they will, smack you on your head with rings and this thing. So, whenever your birthday, they'll take your cake or smash it on your face or hit you on the back of the neck and all that. I never liked it. I hated it. I was like, what the hell is this stupid nonsense? Okay, so I used to keep away. And anyway, my parents used to abuse me and make me feel like shit on my birthday. Okay. So here, when it was my birthday, obviously there's no one to celebrate it with. I didn't have a girlfriend also at that time. I was like, okay, it's my birthday. And everyone came to know it's my birthday because I guess I had a big mouth. I went around telling everyone it's my birthday. So everyone was like, okay, it's your birthday. We have to give birthday bumps. Okay. The seniors also, they came and said, see, it's your birthday, right? Yeah. Loy, if you are part of our, Bachelor of Business Management, BBM, if you're part of that fraternity, you have to get birthday bumps. No, sorry, you have to get the birthday special, or something they called it. I didn't know what it was. I thought it would be, okay, hit at the back, or I thought bonding would be there. So I was like, okay, fine. I said, so what do you guys do? Immediately, no sooner I said that, remember, I was near the hostel, near the college. These, I think, second year or third year seniors, okay? Remember, I had pissed them off. They wanted to vent it out. So now finally, because I, like an idiot, I said, okay, fine. What is the birthday thing? I invited them. They all like grabbed my hand, grabbed the other hand, and grabbed the leg, and they lifted me up. I thought they were going to say, happy birthday, lift me up and down. Instead, what they did, they lifted me up, and all of them started to kick me violently under my backside. Kick, 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 kick. They gave left, right, and center. Woof, up and down. I'll be honest with you. I'll be very truthful. It didn't pain much. It didn't pain. Why? Because I was to go to the gym, and you're young and strong. They kept at it, and I was like, man, when is this going to stop? And they made sure that they put me down in the sand also, which was like a reddish clay. This thing, you get very dirty very fast, and they enjoyed it properly. So after they finished, they all left me and they went off and they laughed. And I was pretty embarrassed because it happened in front of everyone. And I was like, oh, fuck, I'm a little sore. But here I'll finally admit I did a little bit of extra acting because I wanted to show I was sore. I was like, this is it. So I started to limp. It was not paining that much, but I was acting. Today I'm telling you the truth. Okay. So, and I didn't want to go to the, sorry, but I wanted to bunk the class. So I thought this is the best way for me to skip the class. So you see, my evil mind was also working. So I limped and I walked away. And then there was, I don't know who, one of my roommates or one of the guys who stayed with me, he was like, oh, Loy, are you injured? Are you okay? He said, just take me, man. Because it was a long walk to the hostel. The hostel and the college were nearby. So he took me back to my hostel room. And obviously, I had to clean myself up and all that. And then he left me and he went away. I was okay. But I was like, oh, okay, now I don't have to go to college. I can go for a movie or something. And, I was perfectly in the frame of mind to enjoy myself. Okay. Which I did. Because when I realized everyone has gone to all the hostel people are gone to the college, I sneaked out and I went for movie, I went for all the other things. But when I came back, again, I had to do the acting like, oh, it's paining and all. But what I didn't know was that acting of mine would become a complete scandal in the school, in the college. Okay. I know, you must be wondering, where's the Mafia guy? Wait. So everyone was talking about, oh, Loy got, and people like to put masala. Oh, he got beaten up badly by this guys, and oh, it became the talk of the town. And I was like, oh, bloody hell, I better maintain that facade that I'm injured. The hostel warden was the most feared guy. Remember, I was his pet. He came running to find out what happened. And when he found out that, they had given me birthday bumps, I never expected him to take such action. He went, made it an official complaint, and the principal was my local guardian. He is he's the principal of the evening college. My local guardian was of the morning college, morning and evening. Okay. Two principals, two shifts. So they decided to conduct an investigation. They got all the names. I don't know who all names, how they got it. And before you know it, all those seniors who had given me birthday bumps all were suspended. Ayyo. And I was like, when I came to know about it, I was like, oh shit. Now I can't retract my story. I can't tell them, oh, I'm not injured or anything. And I'm showing everyone I'm limping. So I was like, better continue this act. So when my warden came to me and said, I got them all kicked out. You don't need to worry about anything. I was like, okay. But then remember, after you kick people out, suspended, now people will want to take revenge. And my local guardian was worried that after college hours, maybe someone will beat me up. My warden who I was a pet of, Father Lawrence Castellino, the late Father Lawrence. He told me, "See, listen, I'm not in the hostel 24/7. You go back to your Damaskate, your dad's house. It was far off. It was a distance of, I think, 50 kilometers or something. I don't know how far it was." He said, "You stay there until things cool down." So I asked him how long. He said, 2 weeks or 1 month, whatever. I'll tell you when you have to come back. I was like, okay, fine. So he made sure that I left. Okay. And well, now I'm back in the village. No college. I didn't have to act anymore because nobody was there. And I was sitting and waiting. And when I think my mother and stepfather, they had come down for a holiday. Okay. Or maybe they found out that I got nicely beaten up or something. They just came to see. I don't know what it was. So they came down and we were pretty okay. They were like, "Are you fine? Are you okay?" Now, keep this in mind. Whenever anyone from NRI, who is a non resident Indian from Dubai or America or Canada, when they come down to India, this is 30 years ago, you're looked upon as, "Oh, our rich relative has come back," especially in South India. People from the Gulf, they used to call it the Gulf, when they would come for holidays, everybody, all the relatives, close and far off, even friends, families, even the priest would come to give you a visit. Why? When they come to you for a visit, you will give them chocolates or you'll give them cashew nuts, which you get at duty free, or you get some gift or you get money. So everyone wanted, the freebies, and they would come to give you respect. "Hey, how are you? So nice to see you. Oh, your child is grown up so big," and all that. So when my mother and stepfather came down, everyone came to pay their respects. "Oh, it's so nice to see you," and all that. And here I'm sitting there, killing time. That time the Game Boy was there. I had Game Boy cartridges. I was to play the video games. I didn't care. I was not bothered about studying. And that was where I met my this mafiosi cousin. Okay, now how did that happen? Like how did I find out? I'll tell you. His mother was, I think, I'm not sure. His mother was a single mother, and she was not very rich. She was very dark skinned, and you could clearly make out she used to work in the sun. I don't know whether she was, doing construction work. I'm just saying, but she was very dark skinned. You could clearly make out she used to work in the sun. I don't know what work she was doing, and obviously she didn't have money for a car or this thing. She would go walking in Mangalore, which is like a village 30 years ago. There's always one bus which is privately owned, which will come every half an hour. So a lot of walking was there with slippers, lots of walking. The scooters were not very popular there because people were poor. So uh, she had a very dark skin. She was very thin. Okay, that lady. Hers, and she would come with her son. Now, this is the guy who I'm talking about. Let's call him a Mangalorean name, Prakash, for example. That's not his real name, by the way. Now, if I was so tall, Prakash was like so tall. He was like, I think 6 feet and above. Okay. He had a very slender jawline, like a very long face. Okay. And very deep sunken eyes. He was really skin and bones. Okay. But this guy was like strong as an ox. Why? Because when he used to help his mother, like he would climb the coconut trees, he had that kind of core strength, climb the coconut trees, fix things. Physically, he would help his mother. But remember what I told you, they didn't come from a very rich family. Now, I didn't know anything about him. I'm being frank and honest. All I knew that is like he was introduced, Loy, this is your cousin. His name is Prakash. So when I saw him, I was like, "Hey, hi." Like, he didn't know very fluent English. He knew Konkani. Those days, I used to know Konkani. Now I can't remember Konkani. I haven't spoken it in 30 years almost. Like, so he was like, "Hi, how are you?" He was not too bothered about me. He looked at me with my Bermudas and the Game Boy and all that. He looked at me weird, So, but I saw him as a very slim, slender guy, and my mother introduced me to him, and his mother said, "He's like your brother. You can go out together." I was like, "Okay, fine, whatever." So his mother and my mother, they were talking. So my mother suggested, "Why don't you and him go to the central, I think Kinikoli. Kinikoli is near Damaskati. It's like a place where all the buses come, and it's like a area where all the buses are parked and people eat in restaurants, ice cream, shopping, whatever. It's like a complete circular area. that buses come down, they park. It's a parking area there, and all the passengers get out. It's like a central place, like a railway station, for example. So I, I was suggested like take him there, have some ice cream, have some chocolates, whatever. And my mother gave me some money and him some money because his mother didn't have any money. Okay, so he went there and he was like, okay, you come with me, I'll take you because I didn't know how to travel anywhere. So he took me there and he showed me around. You like this, you like this, you like this. So I told him, let's eat ice cream, let's eat something here and there. So what I didn't expect was, he said, you drink alcohol? I said, no. You smoke? I said, no. He said, okay, I want to have one cigarette. I said, okay, up to you. And because I had the money, I said, I'll pay. So he was very happy. So in fact, what I decided was I bought him a pack of cigarettes and he was like, this? He said, no, 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 no. I said, you keep it. And after I told him keep it, he went and sat down in that. It was like a restaurant where they serve alcohol and food. Only people who drink go there, men, especially men. So he went and sat down there, and youngsters are not allowed. When that hotel guy saw us, they were like, hey, what are you guys doing here? But he said, I just want one peg, like drink alcohol. So he said, okay, sit. And I was sitting there. You could see all the other guys. It was smelling of alcohol. So he drank. I really can't remember whether it was a beer or alcohol, whatever. He drank a little bit. And I paid for it. So he was very happy about it. And because I paid for his cigarette, because I paid for his alcohol, he kind of like, yeah, you're a cool guy, man. I was like, yeah, just whatever makes you happy. For me, I didn't care. So he went around, had food to eat. I bought him some chicken. And later on, we came back home. After we came back home, he kind of enjoyed my company. So he was happy. Someone spent money on him. Okay. And before, like I told you, he was looking at me funny. But now he was like, this guy's cool. Maybe because he thought, he's a nice guy. He's loaded. He'll spend money on me. After a few more days, I think he came back again with his mother, again to pay respects and, get some stuff. And once again, they said, why don't you go and, enjoy yourselves? We went to the same place, once again, did the same thing. This time, he didn't mind taking the packet of cigarettes. He took two. I told him, take two, no problem. Bought him alcohol. Okay. Again, he drank. I don't know, beer or I can't remember. I think it's beer. Okay. And he was pretty cool. And this time he opened up and he said, so what do you do? You study in the college. Which college? Oh, okay, okay. And it was then, sorry, I forgot to, it was then that he told me, my that my mother was informed that people beat you in the college. Okay. I said, yeah, it happens. He said, who beat you? I said, I don't remember. Who are those guys? I don't remember. I said, some seniors. Okay, okay, don't worry. So when he came back home, remember, this is the second time we met. The mother asked, my mother asked, why don't you tell him who beat you and all that? I said, I don't remember. I don't know their names. They are new people. So he said, Auntie, don't worry. Nobody will touch Loy. Loy is like my cousin. He's my flesh and blood, my relative kind of thing. Who beat you and all that? He said, don't worry. I will make sure nobody touches Loy. So for me, I was like, oh, okay, fine. I said, why, some? No, I have some friends. They will protect you. They will take care of you. I will just tell my friends to make sure that nobody touches you. I was like, okay. So I said, what do I do? Like, I have to go back anyway because, I had to go back within a week or so. He said, just say that you're, what is that name? Prakash. Yeah. Prakash's cousin. Prakash's brother. He didn't say cousin. I said, okay. I'll say, who should I say? Anybody you go to, say I'm Prakash's brother. I said, I just go and tell them Prakash's brother. Just go and say Prakash's brother. If they ask who Prakash, just say Prakash something from some place. I don't know. Prakash from Chikmagalur or something. I can't remember. Okay. So I memorized it. I said, okay, when I go there, I'll say I'm Prakash's cousin, brother, whatever. Okay. After I came back, the warden and the local guardian, they said, you can come back. Everything is cooled down now. We have made sure. Came back. Now, I thought I would be telling people that I'm Prakash's cousin. I thought I would go, hey, hi, how are you? I'm Prakash's. Little did I know that this guy had already gone and informed people that I was his cousin. When I got down there, this was a shocker. People started to ask me, hey, You are Prakash's cousin? I said, yeah, I'm you're Prakash's brother, cousin brother? I said, yeah, yeah, I'm Prakash. How did you know? Like, people would give me that look like, you're Prakash's brother. Like, I was like, yeah, why? What happened? Like, no, no, no. Just, it spread like wildfire. Everyone was talking like, I'm Prakash's cousin, I'm Prakash's brother. Like, I was like, this guy must be really famous or something. Like, why is everyone like asking me? Like, people would come forward. There were places where I would go to a restaurant, a small restaurant, like a place where they would eat egg on the side of the road. There were guys who were selling like juice and all that. There were first year, second year, third year students. Everybody came and asked me, "Are you Prakash's cousin?" In fact, some of the lecturers also asked me, "You're Prakash's cousin." I was like, "Man, this guy must be really famous." And then there were these, other students who were locals who were standing up for elections. And, they're the typical namaste, namaste. They were connected to political parties, sorry. Uh, those guys, people would go to them because they wanted favors. This guy came to me. I remember him. He is a typical, Hindu, but very smiley, smiley. Vote for me, vote. He's saying, "You're Prakash's cousin, right?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah." Very good, very good. He's saying, "Good, good. You're like our family." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, fine." Trust me, I didn't know what the hell was going on. And I'll tell you what was the before and after impact of just saying Prakash sir. I've written it down here. Like, before, when I would walk, I told you, these guys, Malayalis and Kurd guys and all that, would make funny sounds and mock me. Hey, hey, woo, yeah, hey, like they would call. Suddenly, nobody was bothering me. Uh, like, I would go to a restaurant where they would serve alcohol, but I would sit there only to have chicken lollipop, which I liked. Before, the manager of that place used to ignore me. Like, he used to look at me like this guy's an idiot. But you talk to other patrons who were like gold chain and spend money on alcohol. I would not spend money on alcohol, so obviously he didn't carry damn. He started to come to me and give me the respect. Like, he would talk to me and, how are you? And he even asked me, like, I didn't know Kannada. It translated to someone else through Hindi. One of the waiters, "You're Prakash's cousin." I said, "Yes, you're welcome." He gave me the namaste. I was like, he's also being nice to me. Um, there was a place where, one guy used to sell, I think, Debonar, a adult magazine where girls would show them, like a Playboy thing. We used to rent out that magazine, not, for what, to get jiggy. Okay. But I would take the magazine, you have to pay in advance, take the magazine and bring it back properly. I would never tear any pages, nothing. This guy, when I would go to him to order the magazine, he would even sell cigarettes like open, which was not legal to college students. He before used to like pay the money, only then I'll give you. He was like, "What magazine do you want?" Even the latest, which he would never give anyone, he started to offer me. And he said, "Take it on credit, pay me later." I was like, why is everyone being nice to me? But there was a other side to it, the drawbacks. You remember I told you girls used to talk to me before. Somehow they started to avoid me. I don't know what happened. The teachers before, they always found me amusing. They were like, "Hi, Loy. Okay, how are you?" Like, very aloof. Then even a librarian and other people, they were like very polite and very nice. They would look at me they looked at me rather strange. Means they would not treat me bad. So overall, everybody started acting like crazy. I was like, what the hell is happening here? It went this way until one day in my room, my roommate was there. He anyway also was NRI. So his name was Sean. Yeah, Sean. And one other guy, Alex. I had two roommates who changed. I didn't know what was going on until one fine day, one particular guy, I remember when uh, I think I was sitting and having the egg where I told you one guy used to sell eggs, no? I met him, I think his name was Rahul. He was staying in the same hostel. He was like, "Hey, you're Prakash's brother, right? Cousin." I was like, "Yeah, I'm Prakash." Why is everyone asking? Like, I don't know what is the big deal and is he famous or like it was a mystery. Think you have no idea who Prakash is? I said, I know him from my mother's side, but that's all I know about him. He's saying, "You don't know anything what he has done in this college?" I said, "I don't know. Nobody is talking to me." Like nobody's telling me anything. And I'll give a nutshell of what he told me. He said, your brother, your cousin, I'm surprised you don't know, is a member of the mafia, like the underworld. He is the right hand guy of the politicians. I, for the life of me, don't know what was the name of the political party. He said, whenever there's election here and they need, strong men, they take him. I was like, this guy is like skinny bones. He's tall. What? He doesn't even have muscles. Boss, you don't know what he has done. I said, okay, tell me what he has done. He said, this brother, single-handedly, when there was election, because another party was very powerful, he took a sword, knife, in the middle of the road, okay? And he scared everybody, and he is ready to slash anyone until the cops came and took him in. He was put in jail. I said, oh, all this happened? He said, he would take a knife and go anywhere. If you have to stab anyone, he'll do that. If anything, you have to deliver any package. I was like, oh, I didn't know he does all this. He's saying, this guy beat up one of the strongest bodybuilders who attacked him, bodybuilder fighters who attacked him, to teach him a lesson. Because that guy was a martial artist. He was like six-pack abs, built muscle. This guy bought 40, 50 people with iron rods and completely decimated this guy, broke every bone in his body and put him in the hospital. He said, this is that guy. He's saying he doesn't mind taking even a gun. If you give him a gun, he will do that job. It's like, oh, okay, I didn't know this. And I said, he did it for money. He's saying, we don't know. But he's protected by the politicians and the goons. If they bring him, everything is silent. And I said, so if he comes here, no, he'll never come here, because if he were to come here, everyone will run away. It's like people are shit scared of him. He's banned from even coming to the college. He's banned from many areas, many restaurants. Like, oh, okay. I said, there are times where he even collects money. Like, yeah, he did that? For me, I found it very amusing. I'll be honest with you. I was like, oh, okay, pretty cool. So here's a funny thing. When it was the next holiday, like I had to go to the same village, Damaskate, to the house. And this time my mother was not there. So his mother and him came just to pay a visit. I'm there. And the mother just wanted to show, okay, I checked with your kid, he's okay. And she would inform my mother. My mother would give her some money. So, okay. So he came to visit me, and he asked me, let's go to that bus stop area. And then I asked him, hey, you're a gangster, huh? Like, I asked him, like, chuma, like, he's like, what gangster? I said, no, man, everyone was telling me stories. He's like, hey, don't say all this. I was like, come on, man, you can tell me. I was like amused. I was like, he's saying, hey, don't, like that alcohol area now. He's saying, what are you saying? Like, we were speaking in Mangalore in like broken, fragmented. He's saying, don't tell mom anything. Huh? I said, why should I say mom? Man, you're bloody cool, man. It's like, mama doesn't know about it, and I don't want to tell mom, and there's too much of, what the word galota means, headache with the police and all that. I just want it to be quiet. I'm not coming to that area. He's saying, but anyone's troubling? I said, nobody's, but bloody cool, man. I was like very impressed. Okay, fine. So this continued until I was there. Nobody touched me. Nobody troubled me after that. However, as you know, I dropped out of college and I went back to Dubai. I got into DJing, emceeing. I never attended a day of college. I was busy with the girls, busy with public speaking contests, and I realized college was not for me. When I went back to Dubai, it was a struggle to get a job because obviously I didn't have a degree. Fast forward to almost, I think, 20 to 30, 10 or 12 years from that moment. Finally, I joined, my mentor. He runs a switchgear company where he was a CEO. I was like his right hand, like the director, position, marketing director. So I was to go visit decision makers, CEOs, big guys, because I was representing the CEO of my company. So remember, 12 years. So I went and I was to meet all these different companies for business, just to keep in touch. Always, it's good to drop in to say hello. And these CEOs and decision makers of the companies, they would treat me like a VIP because I'm representing the owner. I'm not a salesman. I'm not an employee. And they would sit and talk to me. So it was during this moment, I remember this particular businessman, he was a Mangalorean. Okay, remember, Mangalorean, where I come from, where my mentor is also a Mangalorean. Okay. So he had a business. I'll not state which business. Sorry, I'll not state his identity, but it was more like a printing business. He was very well known, very, very well known in the Mangalorean community. Okay. He used to do big gigs. So I went to meet him. We had a kind of a business project that we gave him. So I just went to follow up. So the marketing material and all that. And the CEO met me and he was like, "Come, I'll take you one round of our factory and show you around." I was like, "Yeah, sure." So as we were going around the factory, he took me to the design area. When he took me to the design area to show me his engineers, the graphic designers, lo and behold, who did I see? The same guy, Prakash. I saw him there. And the minute I saw him there, I was like, "Hey, this is Prakash." So Prakash looked at me. He was kind of shocked. He was like, "What are you doing here?" Like, I was wearing a full suit. No, sorry, he didn't recognize me first because now I was bald. Now I was bald and I had a Frenchie. And I said, "Hey, Prakash," because he looked the same. He looked the skinny, same guy. He was like, "Who's this?" I said, "Man, I'm Loy." Like, it took him some time to register. And, "Oh, yeah, this." And then the owner is like, "You know this guy?" I said, "Yeah, yeah, he's my relative." And, "Oh, okay, okay." He went to him and said, "He's a hardworking guy. He's a hardworking guy." I said, "Could you give me a few moments? I'll just went to him." "Yeah, sure, sure." And the owner said, "After you finish, you come back to the office." I said, "I'll just talk to him for some time." So he went away. This guy was like shocked and embarrassed in front of everyone. I don't know. Maybe because he never thought I would. So I said, "Come, come." He said, "Not here. Let's talk outside." So I took him outside the area where they were. And he grabbed his cigarette. He was like, "What are you doing here, man? And you've changed so much." I said, "It's so nice to see you." I said, "What are you doing, man?" Yeah. So he told me, I had to start working. I said, "Hey, man, you're still the gangster and all that." Immediately, he told me, "Please, Roy, stop." I was like, "What happened?" Like, I was kind of like, still like childlike, like he's a mafia, he's a underworld. He's like, "Roy, please stop, stop. I've left that life long ago." So when I saw his face, he didn't look like he was enjoying the memory that I brought. I said, "What happened? You look a little frazzled." So he said, "See, I was doing all that when I was young. Then I got into jail many times. But then things went bad to worse in the house. I couldn't bring any money home, and being in jail was not helping. I think, I'm not too sure. He told me his father got very seriously ill or something like that. I'm not too sure, father or something." He's saying, and then my mother got hospitalized and I didn't have any money and I had to take care of her. Remember, I don't know whether he had a father, didn't have a father. It's very sketchy. But he had to take care of his mother because the mother was seriously ill. And he said, nobody wanted to offer me a job in Mangalore because of my gangster persona. And I didn't want to work for these guys because it was getting even more deeper into, taking guns and this and that. And I was put in jail many times. So finally, I decided, okay, I will try to get a job in Dubai. And I tried everyone. Nobody wanted to give me a job. Everyone knew my reputation until this man finally, a priest introduced me to him and said, "Please take him." And that man said, "No, I don't want to take a gangster." He said, "No, no, this boy is reformed. Please take him. I'll give you the guarantee. He'll be a good boy. He'll be a good young man." So feeling sympathy and pity for me, he took me and he, thanks to the priest, paid for a little bit of my training. So I studied Photoshop, Illustrator, graphic designing, all the softwares. And I've been working with him ever since. I said, okay. He said, "Please don't bring up my past life. I'm very embarrassed. Today I have a wife, I have a kid, but I don't want anything of my past life to be bought. In fact, I don't keep in touch with anybody." I said, okay. I apologized to him. I said, "I didn't mean to embarrass you." He said, "And please don't discuss about me to the boss. I'm surprised you said that you're my relative and all that. I just don't want any publicity." I asked him, I just gave him a final question. I asked him, "So, like, do you regret? Like, has it been painful?" He said, "When I was young and when I was part of that underworld, it was fun, it was money, it was power. could take a gun, you could take a knife, you could do all these things, you could act gangster. But when you have a family, when your mother's sick and you don't have money, uh, and then my mother told me like stop, like others she was going to die, and he said my mother wanted me to settle down, have a child, so I had to give up all my ways. Then I went to church, and like this born again thing. I gave up everything, but my life was in danger because once you join the underworld, you can't leave it. So finally, the priest made sure that I came here, and ever since, been keeping a completely changed profile. Nobody knows where I am, what I do, nothing. And today I have a wife and I have a child. I don't know, one or two children, I can't remember. He said, I have a child and a family and just want to be alone. So I said, okay, fine. He said, and please, once again, don't discuss about me to the owner. I don't want anything. I said, okay, fine. So finally, I went to the owner and he was busy by the time. He said, Loy, finish everything? Met your relative? I said, yeah, fine. And he said, okay, good. So even the owner was not too, I don't know, not very comfortable knowing that this guy was my relative or whatever. I just kept quiet. And I went back, went back to my work. The funny thing is, we never kept in touch. When I came back again, for some reason, I didn't, you know, go there to that department. I just went to the owner and came out. I don't know why. I guess I just thought it's better that way. And later on, that guy's company closed down due to some unforeseen circumstances, and I don't know where he is today. So it has been 30 years since. So now, given that I shared this entire story with you, what is the moral of the story? You must be wondering, or what is the important message that I want to give you? I think when I look back on everything that has happened, the main thing that stands out is the choices that we make, now, especially when we're young, it changes with time. And sometimes you might think that, you can get away with all the shit and you don't have to worry about anything. But your past doesn't leave you so easily. The amount of damage that he had done in terms of his reputation, in terms of his life, nobody wanted to give him a second chance. No one. No businessman, no employer, because they were so scared of him. And the underworld people or the mafia or the politicians only wanted him to be a muscle man. But that was not going to feed his wife and kid. And if his wife had to live a decent life, I don't know who she is, or his kids, he had to take them out. I don't think he lives in Mangalore anymore. I don't know where he lives, but he lives a life of total secrecy. I doubt he is even searchable online. But yeah, it was quite a tale, and there are many other bits what he has done, which obviously I don't want to mention. But I can tell you what you see in the Hindi movies or what you see gangsters do, from collection of money to pay your tax, indirect tax protection, going breaking places, beating up people, threatening them with their lives, and he did all that. And eventually he decided no more of this. She embraced Jesus, and I guess he gave up everything, and that's it. So yeah, finally got the story ended. Nearly 1 hour. So did you enjoy this story? Do you believe me? um, would I say hi to him if I did meet him? Yeah, hi, how are you? Bye. But remember, I met him in my 20s, then in my 30s. Today I'm in my 50s. So even if I were just to meet him, I would just say hi, how are you? Bye. Just talk about good old things, and you go your way, I go my way, because that is how life is. Yes, I've had some weird people in my family, and there are still more weird people who I've not spoken about. But I like to be a recluse. I did get one relative who I can't tell you everything, wanted to be in touch with him, but I said, I prefer to be alone. Just, he was ready to get me flown to meet him. That big he is. But I said, because I knew his profile, I said, no, thanks. Just leave me alone. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the story. Good, bad, ugly. Feel free, comment down below. And most important, did you watch this video till the end? If you did, comment down below and let me know that you watched the video till the end. I want to know who you are. Okay? Be truthful, don't lie. Having said that, you guys take care. And if you like this incident, maybe I'll share with you some more. Let me know if you want to know some more. I have a few stories that I've not shared as of now. Okay, you guys, chalo, yalla, bye.